Welcome everyone to Basic Golf Clash. This is Cole Steady coming at you with another video. This video is covering the Oasis 9-hole cup in rookie division using lower clubs. So again, only using a basic ball. But the purpose of this video, sorry I'm getting it out later than normal, but I'm just if I can get it out there, maybe it can help a few people with a few shots if you want to use a basic ball, especially in rookie. In rookie, you should be able to easily get minus 11, minus 12, 13 should be the standard, especially with a basic ball. So this is just a playthrough to show you how I used it. Now I only have one account that's playing rookie, so I apologize for the lack of replays. But this is tournament wind that you can expect to get, and it explains a lot of my adjustments that I'm going to have to make for the final round. So hopefully I can give you a few ideas. So let's go. Hole number one, you're going on the left side. You're going to go max topspin, center it, just so you have your ball guideline right down the middle. You're not going to go too far, especially with this one. I just kind of leave it right where it's at. You're going to go a 2-to-1 adjustment, so 2 rings, no curl, no overpower. Just go ahead and just hit it. Even if you hit it great right or great left, you still should be fine. Just rolling on up there perfectly and set you up for the second shot for an albatross. Second shot, big dog. You're going to go 2-to-1 adjustment again. So with this one, it's just going to be 1.5 rings. You're going to put the backspin on, and you'll kind of see where I put it at. Now I do max backspin with mine, but it's only 2.5, which is all I have for this level. With the end of the ball guideline will be in the fringe, like just inside the green. Then you do your adjustment. So 2-to-1 is just 1.5, and you'll kind of see where this ball goes right here. But again, aim right at it. That's always a good shot to go right at something with. But unfortunately, I don't hit it to where I wanted to. But you can see it's gonna roll right at it with a perfect shot. So definitely makeable albatross. Hole number two, left side again. You're gonna go only 2 bars of topspin, and you'll kind of center it to where your yellow ring is in the middle of that island. Yes, to see how it's kind of going to the left, but you're going to add curl to make sure it goes to the right. You're going to do a 2-to-1 adjustment, so just under 2 rings. And then you're going to add your curl. So just kind of pay attention to my curl, because that's what's going to get you over as safely as you can to the right side. So you can see how my ball's just kind of, I call that half a ball of curl, but it's not exact science. Just get it enough curl so it kind of does a little hook to the right. Bounces nicely, rolls on up, sets you up straight ahead. Even though it rolls to the left a little bit, you still should be fine for the second shot. Big dog, second shot. You're going to go 3, it's basically 3 of backspin, or in my case, full backspin. You're going to push up as far as you can to make sure that it's in. And also you want this ball aiming slightly to the right of the hole. So you kind of try and center your guideline and just kind of see where it's going to hit. And just be on the right side of it. Now I push up a little bit because I'm not there. I'm not far enough. So I push up 1 ring. So I notice that it's just going to be 1 ring. So I do my full adjustment 2-to-1, and then I push up a ring just to make sure I get back up to that, because you don't want to come up too short and hit the sand. So a 2-to-1 adjustment, just under 2.5 rings, and then push up your 1 ring to make sure you get there. If you have a higher level big dog, then you won't have to do the push up, but with a 4 you do. So you can see it reaches right over nicely, rolls on down, but if you aim to the right side, I didn't. If you aim to the right side, it could go in. All right, hole number 3. I go on the left side with this one, just because I don't have enough curl with my Goliath. If you do have a club that has good curl, then go ahead and go on the left side just to be safe. But this is an actual makeable hole-in-one from this side. What I do is I set my green ring right there on the right side of the rough, and then you want to do a 2-to-1 minus 10%. So basically it would only be 2 rings. I actually do full 10%. I don't use the 10% on this shot, but you do want to match this curl. So maybe a little bit more just to push it more to that side, but you'll see because I didn't do the minus 10%, which I forgot about, I just clip that and end up in the bunker. But you don't end up in the water, which gives you an opportunity to at least still save the birdie. With this one, just max topspin, bring it back as much as you can. It's not going to move that much just because of the closeness of the shot. But obviously, if I would have hit the island, I would have scooted up there, hits the rough, and bounces right up there for the easy birdie or possibly hole in one. But it's definitely savable to go ahead and get your birdie. Obviously, I'd like to be on the green anyway. So remember, minus 10% on your shot. Okay, hole number 4. So extra mile, you're gonna go 2-to-1, maximum topspin. Kind of be on the right side there, just so it makes, because you can see how the fairway up on top kind of loops down towards you on this side. So I wouldn't go on the left side. You go 2-to-1, and then you just go ahead and push up. So 2.5 rings, push it back up to the maximum distance. Will give you plenty of movement to the right. You can add curl if you want, but not completely necessary. But it hits nicely, rolls up. There is a roll glitch on here, but more than likely it's not going to hit the glitch because you come over too far on it. So, but it definitely sets you up for your second shot with the big dog. Okay, big dog shot. Now I do 1 bar of topspin. I'm going to advise you take away the topspin. You'll see here in a second, but you can't really see the ball guidelines, so I just think I have to do 1. So I go ahead and take it away, but I still line up my yellow ring right up there by the fringe, or I guess technically the rough. Then I do a 2-to-1 adjustment minus 20%. So basically 5 times 2, which is 1. So now it's a 4.6 wind, which in essence, that's basically just under or just over 2 rings. Once you set that shot up, that's what's going to, because apparently this is uphill. It doesn't really look like it. It seems like you're going downhill, but you're actually going uphill. So it's not a full 2-to-1. You can see it hits. You're dead on right with it, but take away that topspin and it should go right in for an eagle. Hole number 5, Goliath. You're going to do maximum backspin, a 2-to-1 adjustment with the end of your ball guideline at the fringe. Now, that's what I originally set up at with the Mac backspin. I'm going to advise to go ahead and pull back just a little bit, especially with the lower level Goliath. If you have a higher level, then you'll have more curl. Now, obviously, this doesn't have too much, but it's just under 2.5 rings on your adjustment. Keeps you centered, and then maximum curl as far as you can. If you obviously the higher Goliaths have more curl, but this can still safely get you over there even with a great shot. You can see my ball hits, and there's plenty of room for a long putt, but definitely a makeable putt. But if you adjust it correctly, then you should be fine. Hole number 6, extra mile. You're going to go max topspin, 2-to-1 adjustment that then push back up to maximum distance. So this will just be a little over 2 rings. You just try to center it. You want that ball to hit when it bounces up, because that's the reason to push up, because you want it to hit on that second island so it bounces over the rough. If you hit the rough, it can still technically roll out, but you're definitely not going to want to rely on that too much. So just make sure you're lined up straight. 2-to-1 adjustment, push back up. You don't have to worry about curl or anything unless you want to, but if you're going to use curl, I would curl a little bit to the left if you really need to. So this will set you up perfectly for your next shot. Second shot, big dog. You're going to go 4 bars of topspin. You can go ahead and do 5 to 5.5, but I would rather you push up 2 rings instead, just because if you add more topspin, it's going to roll a lot further and then it'll roll past it. So I would say stick with 4. Aim to that left side of the green. Go 2-to-1, which is 2.5, and then push up 2 rings. If you do that, it'll keep your same speed, but it'll roll up a little further, because you'll see as I hit this ball, even though I hit it perfect, and it seems like it's going to go to where I want it to go and roll down to the hole. It hits, rolls a little bit. That's where it just kind of dies on you, where you want to be there, but just a little further up. So push up 2 rings, and it should set you up really a lot closer, but an easy putt either way to make your eagle. Hole number 7, big dog. You're going to put your yellow ring up right near the rough on the second island. You're going to see I'm thinking I can do a backup shot, but I try to avoid this roll-up shot because it always takes off on me. But this is perfect with a 1 mile an hour of topspin, you'll see you're in the rough, but you're not going to hit the rough. So make sure your ball guide line is in the rough. Yellow is touching the rough on that island. Then you're going to go 2 to 1. I do 2 to 1, but do 2 to 1 minus 10%. So you should only do less than 2 rings, and you could do the same amount of curl. You'll see because I didn't do the minus 10%, it actually pushed more to the left, which hits closer to that rough than I want. Still rolls you up for an easy birdie, but you can easily go at the hole with this shot. Hole number 8, very interesting hole, especially with a extra mile 6. You don't have a lot of curl, so you're going to see what I do here. I got the maximum win, so I'm happy about that. I kind of push up to see where it's going to actually hit, and you can see that I'm still well into the rough, and I realize even with topspin, I realize here when I do my curl that I don't have nearly enough curl. So you've got a few options. You could lay up, but me, I like to be aggressive. So I push up and then I move over to where my shot's going to hit, where the blue ring is. I move over to the left. Now I have to put max curl and I have to hit this ball right around my blue ring. So you can see I hit the blue ring, so it's still a good shot, but it's still going to go far enough and gives me more curl. It's a little trick that a lot of people use when you don't have side spin, but it rolls you up there perfectly for the second shot. Second shot with the Apache. Now you're going to go all the way up as close as you can to that rough to do a roll in. Now I do like putting it close enough to where with just around 2 bars of topspin should be fine. Now I do a 2 to 1 adjustment. Minus 40% is what I actually do, but you can see I push it too far. So you actually want to do less. It's going to be 2 to 1 minus 30%. So that's basically like 3 rings or 1.5 rings for a 3 wind is what you're looking at. I do it just too much, and you'll see it hits nicely and it should roll in, but I just miss. So if you make that adjustment differently, then it should go in for a drop for your eagle. Okay, hole number 9. Now, if obviously with lower clubs, you don't have a lot of clubs that can give you distance and curl. So basically you're going to have to go on this left side, which means you're going to have to lay up. So I just put enough topspin to make sure that I'm just in there. I do max at first, and then I bring it down to 3 just to make sure I don't roll too far into the far rough. I do a 2 to 1 adjustment, so just under 2 rings. I do try to add just a little bit of curl. Now, unfortunately, my shot kills that curl when I hit it great left, but it still enables me to not get into the rough. There's still a lot of room out there to be fine, because you're going to have to lay up anyway. Second shot. Now, of course, I said lay up, but that's not what I do on this shot. Me being the risk taker, I'm like, you know what? I think I can either go on this side, and I'm like, nope, even with topspin, maybe I can do a hard power slice to the right, which is more feasible if you really want to try and go for this. But I advise right where that ball, where I'm aiming, you're going to want your ball to rest right in there, so you can do a chip in for it with a short iron or possibly even a wedge. But you can see I'm going to do a power curl, but unfortunately, with my topspin, I do my max curl. I'm like, oh, I'm psyched for this. Here it comes. And then I let go way too early. Actually, way too late. So it's like, oh, I needed that to be closer on outside of the white ring. So splash. But anyways, laying up would be a much better shot just to give yourself a chance to get that eagle. Okay, so hopefully I was able to give you a few ideas with a basic ball in rookie division. Again, the standard is going to be minus 11. Pretty much everyone's going to get a minus 11 in my opinion. Minus 12 should be, if you want to really get up in the ranks. Minus 13 will put you up towards the top in my opinion. Specialty balls will help, but with a basic ball you can get away with that and get a lot more specialty balls. Again, that's the main reason I use basic balls, especially on tournaments, just because, anytime I place high, I didn't spend anything and I get all profit on all of my specialty balls. That's how I rack up my Titans and Kingmakers and things like that. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell for future content. This is Cole Steady signing off, and good luck.